All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the true sincere brethren around the four corners, pushing out this purified truth, cleansing this wicked defiled kingdom with the word, and to the rest of the church who believe. The water to Yahweh Shai, because without him, none of this would even be possible. Okay? This is the book of Zephaniah 1 and 11. How, ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. Now what is that going into? That's going into an economic collapse. A lot of the people who bear money, this paper money, eventually it is going to be cut off. And that is also going to lead into the new currency, which is going to be the RFID chip, the radio frequency identification device, okay? Which when you go to Europe, it's a different title, but here in America, it's known as the RFID chip, okay? So seeing that in the times to come, money will be cut off, your conversation shouldn't be on how to make money, how to save up $500,000 so you can retire here in 20, 30, 40 years. Our minds should be on the kingdom, because the Lord is about to cut money off. All right? Read this again in Zephaniah 1 and 11. How, ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. So what is that going into? When you're dealing with the merchant people, what are merchant people? What do merchant people do? Okay? Anyone who traffics for a profit, you know, dealing with commodities, anyone who's trading, dealing with some kind of business, you're considered a merchant. But it's telling you in the scripture that the merchant people are going to be cut off. What does that remind you of? What does that sound like? Well, that sounds like the RFID chip would have to take play. Because the scriptures tell you that unless you receive that mark, you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade. And when you're a merchant, you buy, sell, and trade. Okay? Which is also where you get the word merchandise. Okay? How, ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. Okay, so money is soon to be cut off. So let's go to Revelations 13, and I'll start at 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So there's going to come a time that unless you have the mark, you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade. You are going to be a merchant who is cut off unless you give in to Esau's system, the beast system, okay? Which is really a carbon copy of the Roman Empire all over again, okay? So here in this age, we are going to see this currency come to an end and a new currency being set up for a brief moment before the Lord destroys this place. All right? And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So once money is cut off, you won't be able to do anything unless you receive that mark of the beast. And through the Spirit, I believe it's through a economic collapse that is going to lead to the RFID chip being mandatory, or you just live as a you're going to really see how it is to be a pilgrim not taking that chip, which is why you have to have faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that he'll get us through the evil times to come, and he'll feed us during famine, protect us during the time of evil. Okay, we have faith in these things. Our faith is in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Our faith is not in money. Seeing that money is to be cut off, you'd be a damn idiot to be someone to put your faith in money. Okay? So let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs 13 and 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. So a lot of you Edomites, a lot of you doomsday preppers who's getting ready for the evil times to come, because you might be into the economic news. You might keep your ear on, the realities of things that are actually going on in this world. You have certain Edomites who are aware of the RFID chip and who aren't going to take it, who are totally going to be rebellious against the New World Order. But yet they still have their faith in their money. They still have their faith in the food and things that they have put up to prep for later on. But little do these devils know, little do any of these wealthy people know, that a lot of the things that they're holding to the side is for the elect in the day of evil. Because once we are out here on the run and we come across abandoned homes, a lot of them abandoned homes may be filled with good food, water, and storage, and everything else you may need. Okay? And in that day, a woman is not going to be your main concern. In that day, you may trade a woman just so you can get a couple of bites off of a spoon from some beans, man. Okay? So let me read this verse again in Proverbs 13 and 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children. Now, Esau is not a good man, but these Edomites, a lot of them have been inherited through their family lines, things that have been passed down from generation to generation off the backs of our people. Okay? But at the end of the day, really all of that money, all that wealth, all that food is going to be given unto us, more so the food, because the currency is going to collapse. Money is going to come to an end. Money is going to be obsolete. Okay? And the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. And wealth doesn't always have to be money. You can be wealthy because you have an abundance of food. All right? Give me a second here. But you can be wealthy because of the abundance of food. You can be wealthy because of the abundance of clothes or whatever it may be. So a lot of these people who have an abundance of things we may need in them times, they're laid up for the elect, Lord willing. I myself and other men who are partaking in this truth, who are sincere, okay, who ain't thinking evil of their brother. Lord willing, we can be a part of that number. Lord willing, we are part of that number because it's already predestined. Okay? So, really the point I'm trying to make in this lesson is money doesn't mean a damn thing. And we're coming into a time where money is going to be cut off. And since money is going to be cut off, the last thing that you should be putting faith in is money. Okay? So let's jump to 1 Peter's 1 and 18. Which I'm not saying you can't talk about money, but what I'm saying is the last thing you should be having confidence in, making you arrogant and high-minded because of some money, you in the wrong spirit. Because this money thing is about to be over and done with on this side, man. And it's going to be a whole new ball game once that chip is implemented. 1 Peter's 1 and 18. For as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things, as silver and gold, from your vain conversation received by tradition from your fathers. So, back in the world, all you talking about is money, how to make a quick dollar. And a lot of that has been passed down because your dad was the same way, your mom was the same way, their parents were the same way. Their whole mind was just based off of processing money, how to stack up money. Now, although the scripture says how, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, we have the scriptures. This is our inheritance. And in reality, you should be passing down this truth to your children. We don't have money and things like that really on this side. The Lord took all that from us. But we've been inherited the kingdom of heaven. And we have the keys of David to receive the kingdom of heaven. Lord willing, we be those men who endure, who keep going, who don't get caught up in the distractions of this world to where you falling out, to where you so distracted you're not making time to push these videos and do these lessons, even if you're not in the mood. Okay? Shake yourself out of it. Okay? For as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things. So we weren't redeemed through corruptible things. We've been redeemed through the incorruptible. All right, Yahweh Shai, he had died, but guess what? He risen. He's risen from the grave. He is now in a state of incorruption. He's not going to be put on that cross to be afflicted and chastised again. He's not coming back as that sheep. He's coming back as the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Okay? When he was here, he suffered in the flesh to partake with us, man. Okay? So he knows what it is to go through this flesh and to be persecuted, prosecuted, chastised, okay, hated, despised, abhorred, whatever the case may be. But we've been redeemed through incorruption, not the corruptible things, not money, which is soon to be cut off. For as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed with corruptible things, as silver and gold, from your vain conversation received by tradition from your fathers. And let's just make a conversation, man. We've been brought up in a society where, you just a nigga. All you're thinking about is money, how to make money. You don't care if you got to work 6 days a week, 12-hour days, as long as your checks are good. But yet you don't even have the time to spend your money. All you thinking about is money, money, money. Yeah. But you can drop dead at any given time. Okay? You can be robbed for that money. Okay? Or guess what? The economy just totally collapsed and that money turns into toilet paper. Because see, in these times to come, you're going to have people using all that money as toilet paper. Because when all hell breaks loose, you think people are going to be running to the store to buy groceries, to buy wipes, toilet paper, Kleenex, napkins? No. Okay, a lot of this money that you see right now that people go crazy for, that people kill over, it is going to turn into absolute nothing. Toilet paper, man. You're going to have people blowing their nose with it. You're going to have people wiping their ass with it. You're going to have people seeing it on the ground and just walking by it like it's just a rock or a stick. Okay? Money is going to be a thing of the past on this side. And the new system is going to be that RFID chip for a short time. But in the kingdom, the currency is going to go back to silver and gold. Things are going to be processed off of weight. Okay? Just like it used to back in the ancient world. We're going to jump to the book of Psalms. (145:11). They shall speak of the glory of the kingdom and talk of thy power. So we talk about the power of the kingdom. Okay? Because the kingdom isn't inward. The kingdom is in power. Okay? So we don't talk about how to make $1 million. How to make your money flip and put your faith in it. There's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with trying to make a little saving for yourself because you got to sustain yourself. But don't put your hope and your whole value into trying to save up money for the future, seeing that there's not much longer in this place. Prophecies show that. Okay? Money is vain. The money that we're worried about is going to come with the abundance that comes in the kingdom. Okay? Psalms 145:11, they shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom and talk of thy power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy dominion endureth throughout all generations. So seeing that this society is about to collapse, seeing that Babylon has weakened, Babylon has fallen, you would be smart, you'd be a wise man to focus on spiritual things, spiritual attributes, things of the kingdom. Think about all the abundance and the great mercies we are going to receive being in the kingdom. Okay? Forever, for an eternity. 200 trillion years from now, we'll still be exalted as the children of the kingdom. Okay? This society is coming to an end. That's why the scriptures talk about in Isaiah 47 how Babylon is fallen, man. Babylon's not as strong as she used to be. Babylon's becoming a piece of shit. It's being exposed for the truth. Okay? So I'm probably going to close out this lesson there. I won't make it too much longer. And Lord willing, it was edifying to who it was meant to be edifying to. Kahala Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Shalom.